breaking news coming out of the Kirklees Stadium is Carlos Corberán is gone. That's right, the gaffer, the manager is gone. Was he sacked? Was he pushed? Did he walk? We're going to take a little look next. Another video today. We're going to take a look at some breaking news coming out of the Championship for this coming 2022-2023 season. The gaffer, the governor for Huddersfield Town, Carlos Corberán, is gone and appears to be what's gone wrong behind the scenes. We'll hope to digest it in just a second. But of course, if you're new where you've been, smash your subscribe and bang today. All things Championship related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We're all here, boys, under one Rooski. Of course, what better way to start your preparations for a campaign than losing a decent manager? Of course, Carlos Corberán may have had a rough introduction to life as gaffer, but last season they did the unthinkable and made themselves all the way to the playoffs, and of course were competing for promotion back to the Premier League. The guy had done absolute wonders with limited budget. Of course, was always, for me, Huddersfield Town last season were the surprise package. At the end of the day, they were the surprise package. Forest, yes, of course, they did absolute bits, got themselves all the way. But when you look at the team that is Huddersfield Town, you look at them, you break it down piece by piece. There's no superstar standouts. It's all about teamwork, all about coming together for a collective prospect, collective goal. And Carlos Corberán was at the helm of that. Of course, absolutely gutted for the guys there. I don't know what went on and why the reason is. We are still taking a look at this. I've only just seen this. Of course, tweet that's been posted out there. And it's a major blow. Just 39 years of age, Carlos Corberán, ex-goalkeeper by trade, of course, came through as, was he part of the Leeds coaching staff under Bielsa and co, I guess, and then meant to take it up all on his own over at Huddersfield Town, of course. And when you take a look at his start, like I said, not the greatest start, but you cannot underestimate or undervalue how well he did with the boys, and of course with Huddersfield last time around, finishing in the playoffs, like I said. Now, where this news is coming from, for the most part, it's coming from this website. It is called the 72, 72.co.uk. It's been reported by the Daily Telegraph's Mike McGrath. That's the source here. I got it from a tweet which led me to this source, so there is a breadcrumb trail that brings you back to this. It is very much breaking news. I just found the tweet was posted 10 minutes ago. It was so much of a shock to the core that I've decided to do a video. And of course, we've got to break it down a little bit. You know, I just put a response out there asking, was he pushed? Was he jump? Did he jump? That sort of stuff. You've got to my first instinct when I see this and hear this is the fact that it's come at such a bizarre time. 7th of the 7th, so 7th of July. Their preparations are well underway for the new season. What I can see is that Huddersfield Town's transfer activity has been very minimal, with just a recent appointment yesterday. Conor Mahoney, of course, a player close to our Rovers' hearts, coming through our academy, was on the books at Bournemouth once, then Millwall, I think, more recently, picked up by Huddersfield. Not the most exciting of signings, to be honest with you. I think, to be honest with you, that kind of a player, you would think lower Championship player, maybe even League One player at best. So it's a bit of a strange one that this announcement comes hot off the press of that. Did Carlos Corberán not be promised funds to push this forward? Of course, when you think about last season's fantastic run, you would imagine that they would want to back him up a little bit and try and get the next level. In this season's championship, because this championship's going to be tough, but it ain't there's nothing guaranteed this season. Of course, when you looked at Fulham last time around, of course, running away with it, but Huddersfield finishing in third, just 6 points off of of automatic promotion. So you're a little bit gutted for them as well, and of course make it all the way through to the final as well after sideswiping Luton Town. So yeah, if we try to look between the lines here and read this article, it doesn't give you too much away. It actually pretty much gives you nothing away. But the two scenarios are, for me, was he pushed? Do they have someone else? Do they want somebody else? I don't really think realistically. When you finish third in the championship, at no disrespect to Huddersfield Town, then you were probably I don't know what you're expecting. I don't know who you're expecting to take over. I'm not saying Carlos Corberán is the Jurgen Klopp of the championship. Heck no. He had a good season, strong season, and of course he did much better than I thought he would this past campaign. So I don't know what the mindset is here. I don't know. I maybe there's been a ruckus in regards to the finances. That's my only thing, and I think maybe he did decide to step aside. Of course, when you look at his recent rise in the championship, of course, finishing 20th the season before, that wasn't great. From 20th to 3rd, it's a major jump. And for me, I didn't anticipate them to be as contenders this campaign. I thought they would be still compete with the playoffs, but ultimately, we're gonna have to wait and see as this progresses. But what a blow it is for Huddersfield Town, because what you want to do heading into a new season is have a bit of stability. I feel it myself as a Blackburn Rovers fan. It took us a little bit later than I expected for us to get a manager in, get director of football in. A lot of people dragging their knuckles about getting things over the line. And this one, of course, is coming out 2 or 3 weeks before the new season. Preparations are going to go out of the way. Who's going to come in, of course. And again, I'd say it's a very much early doors, this announcement. So I don't know. I really don't know where this is going to go from here. But a shocking setup coming out of the Kirklees Stadium. And if you are a Huddersfield Town a fan, who would you see as a replacement for this? Carlos Corberán coming in from, of course, being understudy or sidebar to the Bielsa system. Is there somebody already out there that screams the appointment? Do we go Sean Dyche? Is that a bold statement too crazy? Is that sort of a platform where Huddersfield Town would like to go? Do they have something lined up? Let me know down below in this one. I know I couldn't really give you too much insight into this. I'm trying to just recap his tenure. 1.41 points per game, Carlos Corberán. 102 matches in his time since July 2020. It's nearly much to the day he was hired 2 years ago. 714 days in charge, 39 wins, 36 defeats, 52 players used. He actually has conceded more goals than he's actually scored. But last season, he's going to leave with his stock held high. So again, if it was a dispute about transfer funds, I can understand that. Finishing third, you want to be backed, you want to be pushed to the kilt, and of course go that extra step. Conor Mahoney is not really the signing that's going to get me off my seat. Meanwhile, if Carlos Corberán's got his own plan, maybe he has something else bubbling behind the scenes. Maybe he's got a job lined up back in his home country of Spain. You just don't know. He's been in the coaching setup for a while, about 10 years or so, and of course he would want to keep it on going, I assume. But if he was sacked, why was he sacked? He wasn't sacked surely because of performance, because you can't get to a playoff final finishing 20th the season before and get fired. That's absolutely batshit crazy. So if he was sacked, maybe it must have been a dispute. So that's the only two things I can see. And of course, if it is, it looks like it's happening. I'm seeing a couple more tweets, a bit more activity out there. If it is happening, then where did Huddersfield Town go from here? They can't. It's going to have egg. Someone's going to have egg on their face at the end of this. And again, if it was the board or the hierarchy from Huddersfield Town, then guess what? They've probably done themselves an absolute shitter before the start of the season. You don't want to do this. Huddersfield Town, for me, has been a club, been in the Premier League, of course, not too long ago, and they did it a very sustainable way, a cheap, affordable way. They were cheap then, they were cheap now. They've of course invested in amongst those years. And last season, again, finishing 20th the season before, and of course going all the way to third. It's the mentality, it's the core respect from the players, whether they're playing or not. They were all behind Carlos Corberán, and of course to make it to the playoff final, only to be ousted at the end there by of course the credible Nottingham Forest side. So it's a shame. Shocko Rooney at the McAlpine, John Smith, Kirklees. What are your thoughts about that? Let me know down below. But of course, until then, we're just going to wait and see until the pounds land out, of course. And if you've got any suggestions out of Huddersfield, as a terrier, what is your thoughts on this? Let me know down below. But until then, guys, we are done right now. Smash your subscribe.